Best short haircuts for round faces after 60. Instantly slim and brighten your look. You ever notice how every short haircut for women over 60 somehow looks the same? Chin length, no shape, and let's be honest, it does our round faces zero favors. Somewhere along the way, we were told short hair equals low maintenance equals good. But no one mentioned that the wrong shortcut can actually make your face look wider, puffier, even a little tired. Been there, wore the helmet hair. Not going back. Here's the truth. The right short haircut can do a lot. It can slim your face, lift your features, and soften the spots we've been taught to hide. And no, you don't need to go pixie unless you really want to. This isn't about playing small. It's about finding the cut that finally feels like you. Welcome to Glow After 60, where we undo the rules that never worked and start fresh with styles that actually flatter. In this video, I'll show you short haircuts that brighten your whole look, not just your hair. Ones that bring out your cheekbones, draw the eye up, and gently slim a rounder face without ever feeling stiff or severe. And we'll start with a mistake nearly all of us have made, and the one change that makes all the difference. Part 1. The one-length mistake that makes round faces look fuller. Let's start with the classic one, the blunt one-length cut. You know the one. No layers, no shape, just hair sitting there like a curtain with nowhere to go. It's what a lot of us went for back in the day, when we just wanted neat and easy. And to be fair, it was easy. Until one day you catch your reflection in a photo and think, why does my face look like a perfect circle with bangs? If you've done this too, you're in good company. I stuck with that cut for years. It felt familiar, safe, and I didn't question it until my daughter gently asked if I'd given up. Ouch. But here's the kicker. That straight, heavy line across the chin has a way of adding width where we don't need it. On a round face, it visually drags the eye outward, right where we're trying to look slimmer and more lifted. It's like contouring in reverse. And guess what? It's not your face that's the issue. It's the shape of the cut. So what's better? Try a short cut with soft layers, especially around the cheeks and jaw. Something that gives your hair a little air and movement. Think angled bobs, feathered edges, or even a side-swept fringe that breaks up the roundness. These cuts draw the eye upward, not sideways. They add lightness, especially around the cheeks, and can help define your features without anything harsh. And no, you don't have to go spiky or edgy if that's not your vibe. Even subtle layering can make a world of difference. You'll look in the mirror and think, ah, there you are. Next up, the beloved short all-over cut, and why it's not the one-size-fits-all solution it's claimed to be. Part 2. The myth of the shorter, the better. You know that old saying, just chop it all off, it'll lift your face? Well, I did. And it did lift something. Mainly my ears. If you've ever tried the super short crop because you thought it would take years off, only to find out it somehow aged you up instead, you're not alone. Been there, took the selfie, never posted it. There's this idea floating around that the older we get, the shorter our hair should be. Like once you blow out 60 candles, the scissors come out automatically. And listen, if you love a true pixie cut, rock it. Confidence is always the best style. But for many of us with round faces, going ultra short removes the one thing that actually balances us out: vertical length. When there's nothing left to frame the cheeks or jawline, everything looks a little rounder, a little wider, and a little more exposed than we expected. Here's the twist. Slightly longer short styles, like an ear-length bob or a layered crop that hugs the neck, often do way more to slim and soften a round face than something ultra-cropped. They give you shape without stealing the structure. Try a cut that leaves just enough length to graze the jaw or tuck behind the ear. Add some volume on top, maybe a side part, and boom, suddenly your face looks more lifted, more balanced, and more you. Not like someone pressed the default mature haircut button. And best of all, you don't have to sacrifice ease. These styles are still wash and go friendly, just with a little more elegance baked in. Next up, the hidden power of the side part, and why where your hair falls might matter more than how much you cut. Part 3. The surprise villain. The center part. For years, I thought the center part was the neutral choice. Safe, balanced, grown up. Turns out, it was quietly turning my face into a pancake. I mean, it seemed innocent enough. Split the hair right down the middle, tuck it behind both ears, call it done. Very 1997 newscaster. Very wide. If your face is naturally round, or you've noticed it's gotten softer with time, this one tiny parting choice can actually be working against you. Why? Because a center part puts all the focus right at the widest point of your face. It frames the roundness instead of breaking it up. And here's the kicker. It also flattens your hair at the crown. So not only is your face framed in a circle, your hair is doing zero lifting to help. I didn't notice until one day I flipped my part to the side just to mix things up, and suddenly I had cheekbones again. Or at least the illusion of cheekbones, which, let's be honest, works just fine. So what to try instead? A soft side part. Nothing dramatic, just enough to shift the focus diagonally. It instantly adds vertical lift, breaks up the symmetry, and gives your face a more sculpted look. Bonus, it works beautifully with layers, waves, or even a short bang. You'll be amazed how much one little line, moved just an inch, can freshen up your whole face. And if your go-to part has been the same since your prom photo, this might be your sign. Next up, bangs. Yes, those bangs. And why the right fringe might be your secret weapon. Part 4. Bangs, the frame that changes everything. Let me paint you a picture. You're standing in front of the mirror. Your makeup's done, earrings in place, shirt freshly ironed. And yet, something feels off. Your forehead looks a little too wide. Your face feels a little too round. And your hair? Just sitting there, doing nothing. I used to think bangs were for high schoolers and meltdown makeovers. But then I tried a soft side-swept fringe, on a whim no less, and just like that, my face looked lighter, shorter, softer, like it finally made sense. The trick is choosing the right bang for a round face after 60, not the heavy, straight-across kind that hides half your face, and definitely not the too short baby bangs that scream midlife crisis with scissors. What works? A wispy, side-swept bang, or a long curtain fringe that blends into your layers. These styles gently cut across the widest part of your forehead, drawing attention up to your eyes and cheekbones, instead of out toward the sides of your face. And here's the real win. Bangs soften the upper third of the face, especially helpful if you're starting to notice a little extra character in that area. Ask me how I know. Plus, they add instant movement and dimension, even on low-effort days. You don't need rollers, mousse, or a prayer. Just a little zhuzh with your fingers, and you're good to go. So if you've avoided bangs for decades out of fear they'd make you look extra, consider this your invitation to reconsider. Sometimes all it takes is a little fringe to shift the whole frame. And coming up next, let's talk about volume and why adding a little height might be the secret to taking a few pounds off your face without touching a scale. Part 5. Flat hair isn't sleek. It's a setup. Let's bust a myth together, shall we? Somewhere along the way, sleek became the holy grail. Flat hair, polished, sophisticated, age-appropriate, right? Except when your hair is thin on top, flat on the sides, and suddenly your round face is all anyone sees. Front and center. No contour, no shape, just face. been there. Took the passport photo. Still haunted by it. We were taught that volume was too done up, that big hair was outdated, fussy, or trying too hard. But here's the truth, especially if you have a round face. A little height on top and some light lift around the crown can completely change the game. Why? Because volume elongates. It draws the eye up, not out. It creates visual length where you need it most, especially if you're not into long hair anymore. Think about it. A softly layered cut with just a bit of lift at the roots can give your face a whole new shape. Not puffed up 80s drama, just gentle, natural movement that makes your cheekbones pop and your jawline look a little more defined. And no, this doesn't mean teasing your roots into a bird's nest or investing in a salon-grade blowout every week. A good cut will build in the volume. Let the layers do the work. Let gravity not win for once. Bonus tip? Avoid parting your hair too far back on your crown. It can drag everything backward and make the top look even flatter. Try shifting it forward a bit and giving the roots a tiny boost. Even your glasses will sit better, I promise. So if you've been chasing that sleek, close to the head look, thinking it's mature, here's your permission to chase lift instead. Next up, a quiet culprit you might be holding onto, the cut you've had since the 90s. Let's talk about when loyalty turns into sabotage. Part 6, the cut you've had forever might be the one holding you back. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you really changed your haircut? Not just trimmed the ends or added a little layer in the back. I mean, actually looked at your hair and said, is this still working for me? Or am I just used to it? For years, I had what I lovingly called the usual. The same chin-length bob I first got in the 90s. It was simple, familiar, and, honestly, safe. But one day, I caught a side profile of myself in a photo and thought, why does my hair look like it's pulling my whole face down? Here's the thing about holding onto the same cut for too long. It stops evolving with you. And while you've changed, your energy, your features, your lifestyle, your hair might still be stuck in the past. And for round faces, that past could be weighing everything down. A dated cut often has hard lines, heavy edges, or no lift at all, which means your beautiful features get buried or exaggerated in all the wrong places. But here's the good news. You don't have to do anything drastic. You can update without losing what you love. Start by softening the ends. Add face framing layers that move. Consider lifting the back slightly for shape so it doesn't fall flat against the neck. And if your stylist hasn't suggested something new since the Bush administration, it might be time for a fresh pair of eyes. Because here's the truth. You're not the same woman you were 20 years ago. And your haircut doesn't have to be either. Coming up in the conclusion, let's wrap this all up with one simple idea. It's not about chasing youth. It's about choosing light, flattering shapes that make you feel like you again. So what did we really learn today? That the haircut you've had forever might be quietly working against your face shape. That volume isn't a dirty word. That bangs can be a secret weapon. And that parting your hair half an inch to the left might just give you your cheekbones back. Who knew? But more than anything, I hope this reminded you of one simple truth. It's not your face that needs fixing. It's the old advice that never quite worked for you anyway. Short hair doesn't have to mean giving up softness. It doesn't have to scream sensible. It can lift, brighten, frame, and feel like you, only with a little more light in the right places. You don't need a total transformation, just a few thoughtful updates that make your mirror feel like a friend again. Now I'd love to hear from you. Is there a cut you've been loyal to for years, or one you've recently tried and loved? Drop it in the comments. We all learn from each other here. And if you're ready to explore more looks that flatter, soften, and lift after 60, don't forget to subscribe. We've got a lot more where this came from. Because around here, we don't age quietly. We glow on our own terms.